Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-October right through to mid-November 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know right now? Can you please show them for their highest good? Now, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and I'm actually seeing a very interesting image. I'm seeing the shape of a heart, but it's got the moon. Let me just rephrase that. It's like I'm seeing a shape of a heart, but inside, there's lots of lines and craters on the moon. It's almost like the heart is the moon. I'm seeing all the specific etchings that we see on the real moon, okay, but they're inside a heart. So random, I know. Like I'm seeing, like, is it the Sea of Tranquility and all these lines and everything? But it looks like the moon is in the heart, but it is encompassing the whole of the heart. It's random, I know. It's going to be very specific. It could be something you see. It could be a piece of art that comes up in the next couple of days for you. Some of you may have seen this already, but I'm just seeing this as a very specific image. Very clear white heart with the etchings of the moon on it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that, okay? This can be that, you're about to fall in love because the moon can connect to romance. You're romancing your life a little bit more. You're trying to fulfill yourself by doing more active things, perhaps. But I really feel it's something you may see, okay? And I just heard from my guides, you may even see a mirror. Random, I know. I'm just gonna leave it like that, okay? I have to give you what I'm given. I can't like make anything up for you or try and make it really kind of like all tied up in a bow or be really clear in what it means, because I'm just given images, signs, symbols, and my guides will say some things, and we have to decode it together sometimes, and it may be not relevant right now in your life, but then maybe in a week's time you see the exact image and you're like, oh my gosh, there's that image. So it just means that you are close to falling in love. And I'm also seeing two magpies as well. Two magpies, two for joy. Okay, so this will be a symbol for you as well. So I'll leave that there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians what they need to be aware of regarding their love life at this moment in time? Can you please highlight and show the way? What are they going through right now? Well, I can see that you've been trying to get yourself out there at some points, but you may have withdrawn briefly from the dating scene because you may feel that, people are inconsistent, wishy-washy, and maybe not even connecting for the long term there. I do feel for some of you, not all of you, some of you may have been a little bit unwell recently and you've been trying to get back to best. So you've been prioritizing your own health needs at this time. And remember that when the moment is right, you will meet the right person. I mean, I just wanted to see your journey to meeting this person because right now I can see that you're feeling a little bit like bereft when it comes to your love life. You're feeling like it's so changeable, the dating scene, that you withdrew briefly because you felt there's no one out there. You may also have had some encounters, for some of you, not all of you. You may have had encounters where you were breadcrumbed by a person, someone who was very inconsistent, and you learned a lesson there. You're not going to repeat that cycle. A lot of you may be closing out that chapter, especially if you've been ghosted in the past. You know, some of you may have encountered that, but there's a new person about to enter your life. Okay, so I'm quite excited. Your first card there, of course, is an energy, and maybe it's a season, because pretty much every sign I've read for so far is getting this card, which means to be more active, to be more sociable, to get out there to fun events. Even if you're going to like new experiences by yourself right now, you're trying to get a little bit more active, or, you know, connect to things that bring you joy, because this is a card of gatherings or being sociable. It's the garden card or the park card, which are both the same thing in the Lenormand deck there. Number 20, so some sort of social activity that brings you to some sort of group. Now, this doesn't have to be like you're going out partying, but it could be. For some of you, it could be that you're joining a community group, or, you know, you're getting involved in the community in some way. Maybe there's an activity. It could be meditation, yoga, sound baths for some of you, or it could be that you're going to the gym, for example, or maybe there is some sort of work event. This just means that you're being a little bit more sociable, okay? Right now, I feel that you're learning a lot about yourself. You're prioritizing your own needs, but there is this desire right now to be a little bit more active when it comes to just getting out there and having fun, okay? And we do have the Rider, and it's in the resistance position, so this can indicate you haven't met anyone new yet. You know, you're hoping to meet a person. Now, whoever I'm picking up on, of course, this may not resonate with all of you, but if you have just met a person and you're like, I'm not sure where it's going, it feels like, you know, you're a little bit not confused, but you're just uncertain, I want you to be aware, a person who's really interested in you will never give you any cause to question their investment in a relationship. I want you to be aware of that, because a person who meets, you know, someone they connect with, they want to show up, they want to be invested and get to know you. Of course, we don't always know straight away when we've met a person. We don't always fall in love at first sight. Of course, it can be a development thing. But if you have been connecting to somebody and you're wondering, okay, I'm not sure where this is going, and if that's on your part or on theirs, then questioning is good, of course. But if you're leading to basically these two cards, which are like, okay, it's kind of like up and down, in and out, you know, you don't see them as often, or you just feel a little bit like it's changeable. They're not making you a priority, or they're not factoring you in, putting dates in the calendar. They're solidifying or locking down your time. They're just coming on in whenever, you know, they're like, hey, what you doing in like an hour, or what are you doing tonight? And you're like, oh, okay, you know, you shouldn't be like there's a difference between spontaneity and going, yeah, sure, let's do this. But if it's consistently like, you know, I'm at a loose end in 5 minutes, where you're at, you know, then of course that's not an investment in a relationship long term. So if you feel like you're connecting somehow to someone like that at this moment in time, your questioning is telling you everything you need to be aware of regarding that commitment. And I see some of you, if you are feeling that way about a certain person right now, you're closing that chapter out, and you're actually going to make space for someone new who is investing in a relationship with you from the very beginning. Okay, so that's not going to resonate with all of you. In fact, I hope it resonates with none of you right now, but that's something that just came through. My guides had to underline it there to be very concise about this message. No time for time wasters, okay? So, looking at this energy, I feel a lot of you have been prioritizing your own needs because you have maybe put yourself out there on the dating scene and there has been an inconsistency, or you're so fed up with people just being indecisive, not knowing what they want, or being kind of like flaky. Let's call it how it is, because you have the clouds energy, which indicates, you know, a changeable environment. And I feel you may have been withdrawn and just thought, what's the point in wasting my time? I may as well reinvest in self, which you've been doing at this moment in time. But I'm excited about this card because it's in the resistance position, which means right now you haven't met a person that you can see your future with, or you can see yourself being happy with. But the Rider is a new arrival, a new person coming into your life. It's an energy of taking action. There's movement, and it's sudden. So I do feel like suddenly you're going to meet a person like out of the blue there. Also, for some of you, this could co-align with a visitor that you already know. So it could be someone from overseas that is coming to visit you, or it could be someone from like in the next county, or someone that is not normally in your everyday life. You may connect to that person and communicate with them, but you don't see them all the time. So there could be like a friend or family member coming to visit, and it coincides with you like either going out to an event with this person, showing them around, and there can be like a connection that you meet someone like connected to that event. That's coming through as well. I'm also going to pull a card on this because I'm feeling an energy of someone that for some of you, you have knowledge of or history of, okay? So because we have the books there, this can represent someone that you know. And because the rider is in the position it's in, it tells me that you haven't connected for a long time. Doesn't mean you've been in a relationship with this person in the past. It can be like there's a reunion, and perhaps like someone from college you always had a little frisson with, but it never got explored. It could be someone from your old work environment reaches out and like, hey, I'm thinking about you. You want to go for a drink? So it can be something like that. So I just want to pull a card on it. Not all of you are going to have that experience. I want you to be aware of that, but it's something that I feel needs to be explored. Yep, someone's thinking about you at this time. Yeah, full card, fresh new start. Definitely an energy here because we've got that King of Pentacles, which is a Taurian card. So a lot of you have had responsibilities on your shoulders, and you actually are trying to have a little bit more fun, be a little bit more playful. But I feel there's someone you already know. For some of you, I'm getting about 20% of you. That's still quite high, actually. 20% of you know someone who is like footloose, fancy-free. They're not in a relationship anymore if they used to be, and they always thought fondly of you. They always had fun with you, and they're going to reach out. Now, either they're going to be in town or they're going to just connect with you. And you may be a little bit unsure about this at first, but I feel like both of you get back into like the good old days kind of energy, and you kind of work. It kind of fits. Okay, so some of you may explore something like that, but not all of you. I want you to be aware. Let's get to the general energy, okay, regarding this. I just feel like you're about to meet a person where it's a fresh new start. You're going to meet a person where there's a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of passion. It's like taking a leap of faith, and there's a new chapter happening here for you, and it involves someone new coming into your life. So the majority of you, the 80% out there of you, are going to meet someone new, someone you've never like encountered before, and it's just exciting. It has so much potential there. I feel it's a new journey, a new beginning with that full card energy. And of course, this person may also be a Taurian or someone who's got strong Taurus in their chart. Doesn't have to be. I mean, if you're in a career, there could be a new hire. Some of you may not want to cross that divide between work and romance, but of course, love knows no bounds. If you're going to fall in love with a person in your working environment, it's just going to happen organically. It's just going to happen naturally. Love will find you regardless of where you may be. But I feel this is a card of you like letting your playful side out and having a connection that is just a lot of fun. There's just a lot of excitement there. But you can't see this coming right now, and this person, for the majority of you, has not come into your life just yet. So this card can indicate you're feeling a little bit lost when it comes to your dating life. Maybe even like there's a doubt, a hesitation, or confusion as to why you have been single, and you've been prioritizing your own needs. You've been put on pause on purpose to do that, to give back to yourself. But also some of you, not all of you, some of you may be like, I want love, but I don't really know what kind of person I want, or, I'm not sure if I want love right now. But I feel the majority energy that's coming from this is with that card here. You want to connect to people. You want to have fun. You want to get out there. You want to be sociable. You want connections. Okay, that is that protagonist energy. So it tells me that you want to, in some way, mingle to find a high-level commitment, someone you can build a life with, someone who becomes your next chapter. shall we say. And I would say also your final chapter. You want someone that, takes this journey of life and love with you, that you settle down. It's like no more searching, because these are cards of searching, but feeling like things are scarce. When you think about the mouse in the Lenormand deck, it means there's little opportunity, or there's slim pickings right now on the dating scene. So you really can't see that you're about to meet a person where, you lock in a life together. But it is happening. There's a new person here, and the books can indicate that, your search comes to an end. You finally find what you're looking for there. When you get the book, this often means, discovery. But also, I feel for some of you, if you are connecting to someone that you used to go to college with or work with or used to know, have history with, they're going to reveal a secret fact, which is they always had feelings for you, and they always thought that they would end up with you in life. They just knew. And a lot of you, that 20% of you, are going to agree. That's what I'm seeing there. But the 80% of you who are meeting someone new, I feel this is you kind of like sealing the deal, closing out a chapter, and getting to know someone on a deep level, discovering more about them, and recognizing that this person, they become part of your story. That's what I'm getting from that book card, okay? So let's get to the Celtic Cross to see a little bit more detail as to what is coming through for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? Show me regarding love. We got 10 of Pentacles there. We got the Emperor. A lot of you have huge responsibilities on your shoulders. Life may have felt like it got really serious in the last couple of years, okay? It may feel like you've been focused on your family commitments. I mean, you're looking for commitment. 10 of Pentacles is your starting position. That's all about commitment. For some of you, you may have been married in the past or committed to a high-level commitment in the past, and this person may have been very immature, or there was some sort of conflict or control issues in that, and I feel there may have been a very challenging separation for some of you, and you've been just working out like what it is you want. With that Clouds energy and the Party card with the garden there, this can indicate some of you just wanted to kick back, relax, and let loose and just have fun, let your hair down. You're like, I didn't want anything serious. So now I feel the tide is turning in your energy, and you're looking for something with a little bit more substance, is what I'm seeing there. And the Emperor is a divine counterpart energy. So it can be that you haven't really found someone you thought about committing to long-term recently. We got the Queen of Cups. This is on the earthly plane position, so you're ready to fall in love. A lot of you, Queen of Cups, you've been giving back to yourself, finding emotional security within self-care. You've been healing yourself, feeling comfortable within your own skin. You tend to be an overgiver. You give unconditional love. You have a beautiful heart. And I feel like, there's an energy coming off that card of attraction. Queens tend to be attraction cards in the deck, but also Empresses, they tend to be attraction cards. Emperors tend to be like action, go-getter cards. So I want you to be aware of that. We got Page of Cups. Now this is a strong energy, the dream of love becoming your reality. Got a Page of Cups there, so there's love entering into your energetic sphere, but also that Six of Cups is there. As I said, there's some sort of reunion for some of you, or return to a person that you once knew. I feel a lot of you, this is not someone that you used to be in a high-level commitment with. I just feel like it's something that never got explored. That's something that's coming through. We have the Seven of Wands. I mean, Mercury does not retrograde until later. I think it's November. Okay, so chances of an ex resurfacing, they're slimmer than usual. I want you to be aware of that. It's not that it couldn't happen, but I feel a lot of you with that Six of Cups, it's more about nostalgia as well, a return to wanting to be in love, a return to happier times, and actually a gift coming from the universe where your dream of love becomes a reality, but you had to fill your own cup full of love first, because you've been pouring a lot of yourself into other people's cups recently. And this doesn't have to be to do with love. It can be to do with your responsibilities, your goals. I mean, looking at the energy, that's a lot of cards right there, but I have to honor what has just popped out for you. Looking at the energy, I feel like you have been in this sense of duty and responsibilities. Because the Emperor, the history of the Emperor, you know, there used to be a fool in the back of the Emperor card, which was a little reminder to the Emperor to not take life so seriously, to get out there and have a little bit more fun, even though there's a lot of responsibility to structure life or run your domain, as it were. It's hard. Life is hard. And I feel that's about finding the joy in the present moment in order to let loose once in a while. Okay, so we have some options here. Okay, so I do see that there is a person coming on in. Looking at the energy, 9 of Pentacles, I would say the next coming weeks for you, especially the next 6 weeks, because I'm reading for the next 6 weeks. 7 of Wands tells me that there is going to be some competition for your affection, or there's going to be some people interested here because you've got a 7 of Cups there as well. But there is this detachment energy. So it could be that you're going to meet a minor flirtation in the next coming weeks there. I feel like the next 6 weeks you remain single. I got to be honest with your energy, but there is a journey towards meeting this person. So let's get on that journey, because the 10 of Pentacles indicates priorities, commitments, and, you know, focus on perhaps material abundance as well. But most importantly, this is a card of loyalty. You're someone who is ride or die. You're someone who's loyal, true blue, and really invested in wanting to fall in love, because you have that Queen of Cups there, okay? But I feel the basic issue here is that you feel that it's been slim pickings and you haven't met someone who's mature enough to know what they want or be in a high level commitment long term. Someone who is not going to try and control you, who is going to complement your life. Let's put it that way. And I feel you have a sense of duty to perhaps family at this time, or, you know, your work. A lot of you can be that you're committed to working on something, building your finances, you know, your legacy. This is a card of getting to know yourself as well, learning more about yourself. And for some of you, I see you closing out chapters of generational cycles as well. That's coming through strongly. So it can be that you've inherited certain traits or experiences. Sometimes we gravitate or even attract certain experiences that our parents or guardians or grandparents went through. And it can be that you're trying to like sever a tie and complete a cycle there. And that's very hard, but I feel like you are the strong person to complete that in your family lineage, because this card can indicate you are closing out some sort of inherited cycle. And you've been doing a lot of soul work and mastering the self, as it were. That's what's coming through there. But the 10 of Pentacles is a card of marriage, of commitment. So this is a foundation card. So this could be that you are reassessing your idea of what a relationship should look like. Some of you may have been in a high level commitment in the past or been married in the past, and you have been divorced and you feel a little bit uncertain about repeating a cycle. But I feel you're going to meet a person that does not repeat that cycle with you, if you know what I mean. We have the Emperor as a crossing position, so you read it in the reverse as well as the upright. Now, this is a divine counterpart card. It means that you're conserving your energy, you're waiting for the one, and you feel like you haven't met that person just yet, but there is a person showing up. You know, with the Rider, if you look up the meaning of the Rider in the Lenormand deck, it means a new arrival. And we have this person here, which is representative of a divine counterpart. As you can see, they've got a beautiful little heart there. This person, you know, they have been through some stuff. This is a person who's coming into your life. They've learned not to allow the world to harden their heart. So I feel like they are responsible and caring with your heart when they come on in. This person, I feel this person is a very successful person, actually. They may have their own business, or if they're retired, for example, if you're retired, it can be that they used to run their own business. They're very financially stable, is what I'm seeing. And of course, that is like beside the side. Nobody really thinks about money when it comes to love. You just want someone who, you know, meets you halfway when it comes to running life. Okay, so I do see here a person that you haven't met yet coming on in, but I feel some of you in the past may have dealt with someone who perhaps had a bit of an ego, or perhaps was very immature in the way that they dealt with love. And it's almost like you got caught in the crossfire of their inner battle. and you're doing a lot of healing. And of course, that's not going to resonate with all of you, but I'm just seeing this coming through here. And I feel like you've been learning to love yourself and learning to feel comfortable, to feel safe to love again for some of you, but removing that, because of course not everybody's going through that. This is the earthly plane position, and this tells me you're ready to fall in love, okay? So you've been getting yourself into a position to welcome love into your life. You're someone who's lovable. You're very sensitive, you have an incredible imagination, but also this card can be that, you know, you are pleasure loving. You're seeking a little bit more affection in life. You're trying to fall in love with your life. You're an empath as well. And you may have noticed that in the past, people who've been having a bit of an inner battle gravitate towards you because you offer them sanctuary. And you may have felt that when you build them up, they kind of like flee the nest, as it were. So you may have been in a cycle of fixing people in the past. Not all of you, but some of you are learning to close that chapter of your life and recognize that you are important. You deserve love on your terms too. You're not just here to be someone's emotional crutch all the time. So I feel like you're prioritizing your own needs now and becoming emotionally stable within yourself. And also, I feel like you're calling in an emotionally secure relationship. Now, I'm being given this very strong energy about healing coming through. So some of you could have thought about going on a healing retreat, or perhaps you're going towards a healing practice. So it could be like meditation, yoga, something spiritual, Reiki. It could be something that brings people together, a group activity. Maybe it's something involved in your community. And you could strongly meet a person there. That's coming through as well. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. Now, we do have the Page of Cups. This position is like the past position, but this can be a declaration to self that you're ready for love, that you're like getting into a position where you realize you're a gift. You have a lot to offer, and you are focused on your sense of purpose, but yet to learn to love yourself first or prioritize your own needs in some way, because you have a lot of responsibility where you're giving so much of yourself out. But also this card indicates you're locked onto a vibration of attracting love. The dream of love starts to materialize. So you may have started thinking more about love and, you know, calling in a soulmate and all of those things. This is starting to shape your reality. So you are calling in love. The Page of Cups means someone new is starting to materialize in your vibration. You know, the Page of Cups is important to recognize that the Page of Cups is a visionary. The dream of love becomes a reality. It starts to materialize, starts to shape up. As you can see, this is starting to emerge for you. So I feel like this is, you know, feelings developing or emerging with someone new that is about to materialize into your life. Okay, so I do see with that Six of Cups, nice surprise coming on in, someone who is very balanced, someone who offers you this sense of peace. Okay, it almost feels like when you meet this new person, it's like first love. It's like you get each other. There's a friendship foundation there as well. So perhaps you and this new person could even start off like getting curious about each other and being friends. Like at first, like kind of spending time with each other. And I'm not saying friend zoning. I'm saying like both people saying, hey, you're really cool. Let's hang out. Okay, there's something like that coming through here at this moment in time, and it will develop over time is what I'm seeing, okay? Because looking at the energy, I feel it's happening quite quick, that when you meet this person, you start hanging out with this person quite quick. And but I feel the path to get to meet this person, there's still a little bit of a delay, if that makes sense. I hate to give you that message, but I got to honor the cards that have popped out there. Six of Cups, it will be a surprise. Okay, this card indicates the universe steps in to give you a gift, an offer of love, to remember what love should really be about, is what I'm being given by my guides right now. So I feel, yeah, it's like love like the good old days, how love should be. So very chivalrous, a person who, you know, takes your needs into account, someone who's thoughtful, someone who's kind, someone who is open and giving of themselves. That's coming through there. Divinely sent, I've just heard from my guides as well. Sunshine on a rainy day makes my soul drift away. I'm being given this song. I can't for the life of me remember who sings this song. This song has come up before in the past. I'm kicking myself now because I know the song, and you may hear this song play, or it's going to be relevant in some way. Sunshine on a rainy day. So this could be someone who actually like makes you feel better even when you have like an awful day at work or an awful day, or this person just makes you smile. But this song, I feel it's relevant. You'll hear this song before you meet this new person, okay? And I'm really sorry, I can't remember who sings this song, but, you know, it has come up in the past, maybe for your sign, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Six of Cups because, of course, this is connected to reunion vibes as well. So what I'm being given more than anything is you remembering what love should be, how it should be reciprocal, kind, balanced, passionate, romantic, emotional, an opportunity to get to know each other so well on a deeper level where you just know that they would be with you. Oh, we got the Empress. Yes. Here we go. It's the relationship. So we've got the couple energy here. Six of Cups is like, I don't want to say two become one because that's such a cliche, but at the same time, I just feel like there is a oneness between you and this person. You just get each other. And also, if there is a question of age, for some of you, you may be feeling like as you mature, it feels like either you blend into the background or you feel like you go unnoticed. Well, there's a person who's going to notice you and you're going to notice this person, and it is a perfect match, okay? So we do have Empress, Emperor energy, divine counterparts finding each other. So I just wanted to clarify because I feel strongly a relationship with this card, but also it's a reminder of what love should be, how two people are careful with each other's hearts, generous, kind, loving. You know, I feel actually you're both going to be a very lucky couple as well. You know, you live in the moment, you light each other up is what I just heard as well. So yeah, you're about to meet a person where everything just... And this is a random thing to say, but this is what my guides are giving me. So maybe there's a relevance in this as well, because I'm seeing like a black and white movie come into Technicolor. So I'm not saying that you're living like in a black and white movie right now, but it's like there's just like an illuminated color when you meet this person. So it just feels like you light each other up. Perhaps this is something that everybody else can see as well, but maybe there's something in that. Maybe this person's in the movies, or maybe you are, or maybe there's something connected to black and white photography and color photography or something. So I'm not sure. It's just come through, so I just have to honor that. But yeah, so I'm getting two vibes from this reading. Okay, which is rare that I get two diverging paths, but I am. One is some of you connecting to someone you already know and have a knowledge of, but not a romantic history with, even though there was a frisson. Two people reuniting, okay, after a long period of time. Then I've got, as I said, about 80% of you meeting someone new where it just feels so familiar. You just get each other and you just like, it develops. It's a very mature relationship, very passionate, very intense, very in the moment, very spontaneous, but at the same time, there is this sense of togetherness right from the very beginning. Almost like you don't have to put a label on it. It's just like, it's obvious. It's obvious we're in a relationship. We don't need to even talk about it. It's just us in a little bubble. I feel like you're going to be in this little bubble by yourself. Kind of like the whole world kind of blends away. It's just you two in each other's energy. So that's really nice there. Now, in the near future, we have the Seven of Wands energy. Seven of Wands indicates you're not giving up on love. It means you're very independent, you're persevering, but it also means you're at your personal best to attract attention. Okay? In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Seven of Wands, the figure is like on a mound, and there's lots of wands. Now, wands are all about passion, libido, sensuality. So I feel like you get a lot of attention. Whether you notice it or not, you're having a glow up. You are normally someone who gets a lot of attention, but you're going to get a little bit more attention than usual over the next coming weeks. And people are going to be like giving you the side eye, but also wanting to get to know you at events or being drawn to your energy. And I feel that, you know, this is about letting the right one in. And I feel like you will, of course, let the right one in. If you know that card, the Seven of Wands, the figure is kind of like batting off all the wands, retaining their sort of position, but there's one wand that gets a little bit closer than the rest. So it can be that there's one person that you're a little bit curious about. But more than anything, I feel, I mean, this is important to recognize, a competitive energy. So this could be that you're actually competing in something for some of you. As I said, there could also be some sort of like meditation or mindfulness or something. I mean, it could be that you're hitting the gym, being more active, or getting involved in some sort of activity where you are, taking action in some way, competitive. But it could be that you are someone who's in a certain industry where you compete and go and enter a competition in something. So that's coming through there as well. Again, that may not resonate. I have to give you all the energies that are popping out in this reading. But this is a card that indicates a lot of you are under stress and pressure right now, and you're trying to manage your life. So factoring in someone new can be hard, but it's not impossible. I do feel a lot of you are going to leave the next 6 weeks as a single energy. Okay, you're not putting a label on it. Doesn't mean you're not going to meet this person in the next 6 weeks, but I feel the majority of you, looking at the energy, I feel like you got options and you're being a little bit more socially active than usual is what I'm seeing. Now, your advice to yourself in this moment is the Magician. Manifest, visualize, but also step into your personal power. Know that you are magnetic. The Magician is magnetic, is tapping into a power that is really potent. So this can be a card where you're called to take action or be more creative or get more involved, but also there's alchemy. The magic of love. You could meet like 100 people and they're all really attractive. They've all got traits that you want in a person, but there's that one person out of 100 that has the chemistry, that has that je ne sais quoi, that kind of like potent thing that your body, your mind, your soul connects to and wants. And you're like looking for that spark, that magic. And you're about to have it, but you're not willing to coast or waste time with the wrong person. You're conserving your energy for the one. And I feel like you are waiting for that person who has that magic. And that is rare to find. Okay, if you think about that song, actually, and it's always connected to you beautiful Taurians out there, sunshine on a rainy day, there's more potential for a rainbow. Something that's rare. And rainbows keep coming out for you consistently for the last 3-4 years in readings as a sign or a symbol. So perhaps there's something to that, okay? But I feel something magical is about to occur for you and you're there for it with this energy. The Magician is, it's indicative of you wanting someone who aligns with your beliefs, your life philosophy. I mean, you don't mind if someone is different, shares different views, but you need someone who's looking in the same direction as you when it comes to your love language and what you want for the future. Because you can fall in love with a person and they can fall in love with you back. But if you want to have a certain lifestyle or you want to move to a certain place and that person is like, that's not how I saw my life, then of course it's not aligned. So I feel like the universe is taking its time to align you with a person who aspires to the life that you aspire to, leading as well. So I feel there's a lot of factors here. Now, circumstances outside of yourself, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is very independent. So because we have this group activity here, I feel more than anything, a lot of you may involve yourself in a group where you, unless it's a reunion, I feel a lot of you may go to something on your own, independently. Something you pay for. So it could be an event. It could be, a course of learning or some sort of like hobby. Or I just feel like with this 9 of Pentacles, there is an energy of you going, you know what, I'm going to go to this thing because it really interests me. But it also tells me as well that the next 6 weeks is you being very independent in a single energy, okay? Giving back to yourself, but also making sure that you're not an overgiver, that you are prioritizing your own needs. This card indicates a lot of you are focused on your projects, but also there's an energy of discernment, because I feel like you're going to get some attention. There's going to be some flirtations. Some of you, this could be online flirtation, chat forums, maybe dating apps, if you're into that sort of thing. But also, if you're attending events, there could be some people striking up a conversation with you or giving you that look. But when you kind of catch a person's attention and you just lock on and there's something else, then you'll know. I'm going to pull a quick card because I just want to see when you kind of meet this person, because right now I'm just seeing like there's going to be some potentials coming on in, but that one person I feel like is a little bit of a delay. Can you show me a timeline or something regarding this person? Queen of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Swords. So we just had, when I clarified the energy, we had the King of Pentacles and the Fool card come out, okay? So Queen of Pentacles indicates, again, it's a high-level commitment coming on in, someone who is your match. But the Eight of Swords is like, you will not see this person coming. I'm not being given a time frame. I hate it when my guides cannot give me a time frame. Eight of Swords is always a card where it's like, you're not meant to see, you're meant to feel. Okay, and it can be that you're feeling a bit stuck right now, but right now it's like you getting clarity on what you want in a relationship. You're focused on your home life, your responsibilities, and you know, you're working hard to create space for love. But you know, you are the architect of your dreams, especially with that Magician energy. It's like, what do you want in a relationship? Put yourself in a position to meet people who would be in those sort of circles. So I feel right now, what you need to know is the person that you are aligning with is out there. You're going to meet this person, but it's going to be out of the blue, and you're not meant to see when it comes. It's meant to happen organically. You're meant to feel when it comes, okay? So that's there as well. Now, Queen of Swords, this is a hope and a fear. Normally, I would feel that this was a person that perhaps you're going to an event with, but actually I feel this is more a hope and a fear, because it's in this position. I feel it's an aspect of self. Now, of course, the Queen of Swords is very structured. You have certain visions for your future. So it means, you know, a lot of you are locked onto that right now, and you need someone who complements what you are about and what you aspire to achieve in your life, not someone who disrupts. So it can be that, you know, there's an energy of you have your life a certain way right now, and although you're reaching for more and you're trying really hard to manage everything that's going on in your life, you're kind of comfortable with like not having extra drama, so you don't need someone else's drama coming into your life. So I feel that Queen of Swords is like you're erecting healthier boundaries. You need someone who also has healthy boundaries. I feel like you need someone who owns their truth, someone who is not going to like relinquish their boundaries to just sort of live in the moment, because you're aware that if anyone kind of like doesn't stick to their truth or their boundaries, that means that they could be tempted in other areas to not, you know, lead with integrity. You need someone who is principled, someone who perhaps, you know, their word is their bond. You need someone who's loyal and loving and honest. For some of you, you may have experienced in the past trust issues due to certain experiences, and you've been trying to conquer those things. So you need someone where it's evident that, you know, their word is their bond. And I feel like you're about to meet that person there. Now, the Queen of Swords can also indicate that you don't want to meet someone where there's a strategy, where it's like orchestrated. You want to meet someone who's organic in the meeting. You know, so being like set up on a date or something that's not like organic. Yeah, that's the only way I can give what the energy is that's coming through. So some of you fear situations where like it's all kind of like planned and plotted, and it just feels like eggy. You want something that's a little bit more like spontaneous, and that's where you're going to get. That's what I'm seeing there. Queen of Swords, the fear also is for some of you, you have been let down in love in the past. This is a card that can connect to like separation, divorce, sorrow, a person who's gone through a lot of sorrow in the past, and you just fear more of the same. People who are inconsistent, people who let you down, who are not there for you, and you know, you'd rather be self-sufficient and alone than have someone like that in your life. So I feel that is a fear there. I mean, I do see that a hope is you align with someone who connects to your vision of the future, someone you can talk to, someone you can articulate your feelings to without judgment, someone who gets you, sees you, really sees you, someone who has a structure to their life. Of course, someone who is able to make a decision, you know, someone who factors you into that decision as well is coming through there. But I'm getting more than anything that you also want someone who is over their baggage. Now, humans, as we evolve and mature, we all go through experiences where we have the potential to carry baggage with us. You want someone who doesn't allow previous circumstances bleed into the relationship with you, because that will just fester away and ruin a relationship. So some of you may have been with a person in the past where, you know, the damage of an ex kind of bled into the relationship you had with that person. You got caught up in their storm, their inner battle regarding something that was not even to do with you. So a lot of you are like, I don't want that messy stuff. Okay, so whilst you're very compassionate, you know, I feel that you are someone who is learning with healthier boundaries, that you're not just here to be someone else's emotional crutch. You're here to have that big love story and be loved in the way that you want, romanced in the way that, you know, romance should be. And I feel like you are going to have that opportunity to meet this new person. Now, this is where it gets complex, okay, because we got the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is an interesting card because it often means that for some of you, not all of you, there is a lament, a sadness. Now, this could be grief for some of you. For some of you, this could be that, you know, you've been really practical because you've gone through a personal circumstance where you're grieving. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love if that's you. For some of you, and this is like a very small percentage of you coming to this reading, but some of you, if you are widowed and you are grieving and you're like caught in this like in-between world where, of course, you honor the memory of a person that you love dearly that has transitioned and moved to beyond the veil. You may be really conflicted about whether, you know, finding love is something for you. So I feel like you're being given, I mean, the sign I can see in the water is two thumbs up like this. That's what I'm seeing, okay? So whatever that means for you, this could be that you're given the go-ahead from someone in spirit to live life, live in the moment. But I'm just seeing thumbs up. So this is symbolic. You're going to have to decode it. It's going to be very specific for you. But the feeling is they want you to be happy. They want you to return to love. They want you to live in the moment. Doesn't mean you're replacing. It means that, you know, you are moving on with a new chapter of your life. And though it's hard, you will find when the right moment is for that. Okay, you must honor your feelings with that. And with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself from this energy. What I'm also seeing is very interesting, very unique, but I'll give it to you anyway because it may be a sign. I'm seeing a 4-leaf clover turn into a butterfly and fly away. Beautiful green 4-leaf clover turning into a butterfly and flying away. Again, maybe symbolic, maybe it's an image, maybe it's something personal or private to you as a sign. I'm not sure, but I'm going to leave that there. So it can be that, you know, you're entering into a lucky period of your life in some way and things are changing, evolving, okay? It's like, remember that time is fleeting and that you were lucky to have the time with the person that you had. But, you know, when you find it is the right time to evolve, not move on, but evolve, then you will know when that time is, okay? So with a lot of love and respect and so much love and hugs out to you all there if you're going through that. I feel like in time, the options will appear and you will know the right person if you want to move on. Okay, so moving away from that energy with respect, the Five of Cups, for some of you, it can be that you feel like you've lost touch with a part of yourself and you've been rekindling that part where you want to be more active, more sociable there. But also, the Five of Cups has a figure looking at 3 cups that have spilt. And this can literally mean that you lost your taste for being in the dating pool for a while, or you withdrew from love because it just wasn't fulfilling. It just was disappointing, the options. And then, you know, it's like you're not looking for love. And suddenly the universe puts 2 cups behind that figure. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, I love this deck, but it doesn't give you the specifics like the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot can give. So if you don't know that card, then look it up because the universe is ushering in like a new chapter. 2 cups means a new relationship. It means a union, a proposal to be with a person, to celebrate life and live, you know, in unity with that person as a couple. So I feel like after a period of feeling it's been hard, there is going to be a high level commitment coming in and you don't see it happening right now, but it's going to happen, okay? But also, this can be that you turn someone down before you actually meet the love of your life. So because you have the 7 of Cups, which is options, and you also have the 10 of Wands. I'm just going to check because my guides just said 10 of Wands. I said 2. My guide said 10. I'm wearing glasses. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't see that. Actually, it is 10. I think it's the font. I mean, it's a beautiful card, but from a distance, it's actually 10 of Wands. So this can be like an ending brings a new beginning. So a lot of you could be closing out a chapter of your life there. We have the Nine of Wands. You're not giving up on love there. Wounded warrior for some of you. So again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Some of you are questioning like the dating pool, but the Seven of Cups with that Three of Pentacles. This Three of Pentacles means you're planning something that is going to put you in a group scenario. Three of Pentacles is 3 people. So this can be that you turn one person down over the other. You raise one person up, but also it can be that you're going to be in some sort of team or group activity where there's just one person that you meet that is clever and kind and careful with your heart and passionate, and it just feels like you fit, you click. Okay, threes tend to bring people together, and it could be creative inspiration or collaboration on something. So I do feel that you're going to be in a group scenario. And I mean, for some of you, it could be that you go to some sort of group scenario where you consult on something. So it can be where you learn something. It can be that like, and I'm just giving you a scenario. It can be that like you're taking a business course and you're like learning how to run a business. And it can be that everybody else is taking this business course too. And you go on this business course, it may be even a 3-day course. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's a person across the table there. They're learning just like me. And you're like, they're pretty hot, and they're looking at you going, wow, that Taurus is pretty hot. So it can be that, you know, you're doing something like that. Please take it as it resonates, but I feel there's definitely a more sociable aspect here, whether it's networking or partying or whatever it is. You're going to meet this person, and it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. We have, ooh, isn't this interesting? So we have, I am divinely guided. So this means that, you know, fate is going to put you in the past to meet this person. So you're not meant to see when this is coming. You're meant to feel when it happens. Okay, so it's going to be out of the blue there. We've got, I am confident. So building in confidence, building in, you know, being comfortable in who you are, learning to love yourself, love your life. But also we've got I am knowledge, and you've got the books there. So a lot of you, this can be connected to either self-help groups or group activity or a place where you learn something. I just feel a lot of you, there is this desire to get more active. And because we just have another card that solidifies the book, I mean, I feel a lot of you, it's like, of course, learning about yourself and learning when to close out a chapter. That Ten of Wands tells me a chapter is closed and you're not going back to that, but there is a new one opening. You're creating space. So a lot of you during this period, you could have been like burning the bridges to the past in order to move forward finally from something that was challenging. And now you're about to be in a position to meet someone new. Is there a person coming for you? The answer is absolutely yes. And for some of you, I am knowledge, that 20% of you, it's someone you know already, or maybe you went to college with, or something like that. So that's coming through there as well. Now I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, so we have, okay. So we have a key. So this is about unlocking your destiny, okay? Seeking answers, soul searching. It's the World card key. So that often indicates that you meet a person where it just feels complete, where it feels balanced. And we got the engagement ring. Okay, now when I put my hand in there, it just feels like metal. So, you know, there's even like a round, what do you call it, a handcuff in there as well, that sometimes when I take it out, it can feel like a key, but I can't feel what it feels like when it's just metal screeching around in there. But you got the engagement ring. So I feel this could be a number of things. I mean, the diamond, it's not a real diamond, but, you know, it's representative of a diamond, is formed under pressure. So I feel like you've been under a lot of pressure recently, and you've been, like, becoming, as it were, and reshaping your life in some way, and recognizing that you are a gift, that you are a true gem when it comes to love, and that you deserve the best when it comes to love. Also, I feel, of course, this is commitment coming on in, but this can be that you actually book something that you're committed to, and this is where you find a true gem of a relationship, okay? So I feel you're about to enter into a phase where you meet the love of your life, okay? But it's not going to be clear cut. I feel it's going to be a process that develops over time. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Taurians. Thank you so much, and love and light.